What's up, everybody? Awesome Felix here. Welcome back to another one. I got some new tech that I'm excited about using and testing out today, and I'm going to give you guys my first impressions of the DJI Ronin S. Now, this is my first gimbal, my first stabilizer, but as a matter of fact, why test it out here? Let's just go somewhere and test it out. Come on. As you already noticed, I picked up a DJI Ronin S. This is my first gimbal ever, and I'm gonna be giving you my impressions, the good, the bad, and the ugly. First of all, I just wanna say, this shit is amazing. For 500 bucks, this is amazing. I did get the Essentials kit. So first impressions, the build quality, everything seems so sturdy. This Essentials kit does come with a plastic stand. I really wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the metal, but the rest of the machine is metal and it feels really durable. I was able to get it balanced, test it out. Balancing is not so hard. I mean, it's a gimbal. Once you know the process of balancing, I've done it about 4 or 5 times already, and it worked out. It worked out really great. So I'm just gonna mix it all up. Good, bad, whatever, however it goes. But first things first, now I have a DJI Osmo, and what's really cool is on that gimbal, the arms, they actually lock. Once you stop, it's just, everything just is so flimsy and it just all moves around. I'm not a really big fan of that because I like to run and gun, I like to carry things, pick them up, go run out and go do something. So it's a little on the fragile side. Another thing I don't like about it, the adjustment knobs. So let's say you get it tight at a certain point. Now what happens is, the knob is sticking out. So the knob now sticks out into where your camera is supposed to flow and be smooth. So I had incidences where the knob will actually hit a piece of the gimbal, the knob will actually hit my lens, but I worked it out, readjusted everything. It's just one little tedious thing that can make or break your gimbal, seriously. But other than that, this is my first gimbal, as I said. Very, 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 very easy to use. I took it out, balanced it. I went out and I'm like, hey, let's just test it out. Let's just see how it works. Now, the footage that I got from it, as you can see, like, it's insanely smooth. Like, my hands are shaking, all right? Like, I've been trying and working with the shooting handheld. Handheld still has its motion. It's still some things, but right out of the box, as a first-time user for Ronin S, I was able to get some amazing professional looking shots. Another great thing about the gimbal is the controls. Being able to control your camera start and stop from the hand grip is really good. It's really useful. God, this is a bad one. Like, I thought the vlog setup with the 5D Mark IV and the L glass lens, the 24-7 was heavy. This shit is heavy. Like, as I was walking, I'm like, yo, I have to actually put some muscle into this. So what I kept doing was I would take the gimbal and I would just rest it on my hip when I'm not using it, or whenever I'm changing the setting on the camera or working on looking for a new angle. So things like that, it is a heavy thing. but I think it's something that anyone can get used to. The legs do come as a plus because you can just open it up and pop it down wherever you. The battery life, I love the battery life on this thing. I charged it up. I feel like I was able to do 2 or 3 shoots with this in a single day and still have enough battery to do another shoot the next day. So, but it's recommended that you charge your battery every time and start with it fresh. So that's the recommendation. I do own a DJI Mavic Pro, and the DJI software, being able to work with the app, is the same situation with the Ronin S. 1,000 settings in there. But as I said, this is my first time using it, and what's so good about this consumer professional device is you can easily get started right away. I do know I need lots of practice getting certain gimbal shots. I pretty much did a lot of follow shots. I tried doing some panning shots, but you can adjust your pan sensitivity and things like that. Like I worked with my drone over time, I was able to develop a set of settings for myself. So I plan on doing the same with this, but it just takes a little bit of time. It's really hot in Mexico, guys. Really, really hot. Like the sun is down and it's still hot, but it's beautiful. I got a great view here. Let me show you the view. Oh my gosh. This is me sitting down in my hotel room. Like right at the beach. I did some jet skiing. It was dope. Really, really cool. Oh. So with the Essentials kit, I did have to purchase the extra control cable, as I was mentioning, being able to control the camera from the actual hand grip on the gimbal. You need that multi-control cable. So I have a 5D Mark IV. I'm using a USB Micro B cable from DJI. And it's a simple plug-and-play situation. I have a dislike. It's just ease of use, you know, with the gimbal and making sure the gimbal is clear of everything. The multi-control cable. Now, I was doing a shot, and I wanted to go ahead and turn and pan the camera. Now, the multi-control cable actually got caught up in one of the other arms of the gimbal. Very, very terrifying. Like, my gimbal just said, like, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I immediately, this is a plus, this is a pro. I immediately tap the power button on the gimbal 2 times. It kills all the motors. It takes a good 2 seconds. I feel like it cuts them off one at a time. It's not an immediate all off at the same time. So I guess your camera doesn't just like drop and lose control. So it shuts off one axis, and then you're good to go. But yes, I immediately double tapped that button, able to reposition the gimbal. I tucked the cable in, and I was able to just continue shooting. I don't think this gimbal works for variable zoom lenses. So if you have prime lenses, that's a plus. I tried using this 24-70. Naturally, I like to zoom in, zoom out. I like to get a lot of different tight shots, close shots when filming. So what happened was I zoomed out, it's already off balance. So I definitely recommend using a prime lens for this. But I mean, like, there's a lot of like nitpicky stuff, but I think the most important thing here, guys, is that it's so easy to use. Like it's so easy to use. But it's still so fragile. Even though it's metal, it still feels fragile. So another pro is all the axes have these markers for adjustments. Now, if you remember what number, what marker, what dimension, whatever you call it, that you set your camera up to, you can leave it at that, or you can just easily put it back to those numbers. Like, I know this is 1, this is 3, this is 5. And then you go ahead and just, if you know that you're using a 5D Mark IV, the 24-70 lens, that's my setup. But, that's great. But, when it was time to pack and travel, the gimbal itself, you have to readjust it so that it fits in a smaller form factor. Now, when I have it set up for the 5D Mark IV, as you can see, it doesn't turn all the way. But when I want to pack it, I have to loosen this axis, tighten it up, and so it's like a pro-con type of thing. So yeah, guys, that's my initial impressions. DJI Ronin S. The future is going to be crazy with this thing. It's going to be insane. I can't wait to see what I can do with this. Stay tuned for more. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit this up. Wait, that's my old stuff. Nah, we ain't. This is a new thing. Guys, whatever you're doing, do it again. Do it better. Do it now. I'm Austin Felix. Peace.